Well, good morning, dear students. Hope you're doing well. I'm your teacher of English, Mrs. bin المؤمن. Well, today's lecture is about active-passive voice. Well, okay, this lesson has a relation to the lesson of the text and the questions I gave you. You will find it in the Maghaniya University platform. Okay, you will find it there written. So this lesson, okay, has a relation with that lesson. Okay, so you have to know how to transform from active to passive. Okay, because you will find an activity there about active passive voice. And of course, active passive voice is commonly used in business English. As you know that you will find it mainly in business reports, while in letters, in many things, okay, concerning your field of study, okay, which is business. So let's begin. Well, passive voice and active voice are two different ways in which sentence can be structured. Of course, here, when we talk about passive and active voice, we talk about two sentences, of course, sentences which have different order, different word order, different structures, okay, but the meaning is the same, okay. So you can see here from the example we have, Mr. Smith wrote the delivery notes. Okay, this sentence, okay, is written in its active voice. So here we have Mr. Smith is the subject or the doer of the action. We have wrote as a verb, and we have the delivery notes. Here is the direct object of the sentence. Okay, so when we want to transform this sentence into its passive voice, here we just reverse. Okay, so we get the delivery notes was written by Mr. Smith. So here the subject or the doer became the agent, okay, by Mr. Smith. Here is the agent, and the direct object, the delivery notes, became as a subject, okay, in the passive sentence. And of course we have our verb, which is was written. Okay, we will see all the rules about how to transform, okay, your verbs from active to passive, here depending on the tense, okay, of active verb. Nice. So we move. Well, in active voice, okay, the focus, of course, is on the doer of the action, on the subject of the action. That's why, okay, it is called, okay, active. Okay, here the doer who do the action, okay, of the verb. So the sentence structure or the formula or the form, let's say, which is commonly or typically used, you will find in active voice sentences subject plus verb plus direct object, of course. But in the passive voice, the focus changes to become on the person or the thing that the action was done to. So here we are talking about the direct object, okay, that we had in the first active voice. So here in the passive voice, okay, the subject, which is the direct object of the active sentence, okay, which become here the focus of this sentence. So the formula here of the sentence or the structure of the sentence, you mainly find it like this: subject, which was, okay, the direct object of the active sentence. Then we have to be, we have the past participle plus the past participle of the verb plus by plus the agent. Well, here by the agent, you cannot find it, okay, regularly, but here what is the most important is the subject be and the past participles, okay, of the verb. So these are the main important elements, okay, in passive voice sentence. Well, by the agents you can find it and you may not find it, okay, in some examples or other sentences. So it's not okay, it's not really a focus here in the sentence. So we move. Okay, we have also past perfect. Jane had booked a flight. A flight had been booked by Jane. Future simple, we have we will deliver. You know that future simple, we always we have always will plus the verb infinitive. Okay, it is always a stem or the infinitive. We will deliver the goods immediately. The goods will be delivered by us immediately. Well, sometimes you can find infinitive, okay, in the passive voice. For example, here we have an example. The secretary has to answer the email. Has to answer the email. So you see here we have to answer. Okay. Here the verb is not conjugated, which is infinitive, to answer. So it becomes, or it is rarely used. Okay. The email has to be answered, okay, by the secretary. So here we just add be as it is, okay. Of course, to be also, if this verb is in infinitive, of course, to be also has to be kept in its infinitive, to be, okay. Plus, of course, the past participle, which is the rule, answered, okay, by the secretary. And we have modals, you know, modal verbs, okay, like may, might, can, should, could, must, etc. All these, okay, are modals, and modals have the same rule, okay, when we transform them from active to passive. Of course, here you have an example with can. You can cancel the contract within 5 business days. You can cancel, so can and cancel, okay, this is our the modal plus the stem or the verb in infinitive, cancel. Here the contract within 5 business days. The contract can be cancelled within 5 business days. It just to let you know what is meant by business days. Business days are the days in which the work take place. For example, here in Algeria, we have business days from Sunday to Thursday, of course. Sunday to Thursday. And we have the weekend, which we have in Saturday and Friday, okay. So business days, okay, are from, okay, Sunday to Thursday, and of course here with timing, okay. You know that work, okay, begins from, for example, 8 a.m., okay, to 4 p.m., for example. So these are business days. These are called business days, okay, in your field of study. So you normally you know it, or and now you know it. Well, next, okay, we have only one slide. Well, a summary here, let's say a summary, okay, of what we have seen. Well, here we have a summary, like for example, here in active voice, when you find in active voice the subject is the personal pronouns, we know I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. So when you transform from active to passive, they become as we see in the table. So I becomes by me, you by you, he by him, she by her, it by it, we by as, and they by them. So these are, you know that these are okay, what we from the active to passive, okay, the personal pronouns. So we can't say by I or by he, okay. So here it becomes by me, by him, okay. Then we have the to be here is conjugated in all the tenses, okay. You have to know. So if you know how to conjugate to be in all the tenses, the passive voice become much more easier for you. So here present simple we have is, and are, and you know it, of course. Of course here is, are. Here you will follow, of course, each one follow uh, its personal pronouns. For example, okay, with I am, he, she, it is, and you, we, they are. Okay, present continuous, or is, or are. Well, you can here you have to choose, okay, depending on the subject of the sentence. Plus being, okay, this is present continuous of to be. Of course, all these, okay, this formula plus the past participle of the verb. So don't forget the past participle of the verb when you form from active to passive. So here you have past simple, okay, present perfect, have or has, okay, you know that has with he and she and it, have with the other personal pronouns. Past simple we have was and were, was with I, he and she and it, were with we, they, and we, they, and you. Past continuous we have was or were, being, etc. Okay. Okay, here we have modals. Modals here we became only be, maybe, should be, can be, etc. It's easier for modals. Well, here, yes, just to be, yes. We have passive voice to be in the tense of active sentence, of course. So we always see the tense of the verb in the active voice sentence. So to be has to be also conjugated in this tense, plus of course past participle of the verb. This is just a reminder or an MB, let's say. Okay, that's all, okay, for our lecture today. Okay, and as I told you, so here it has a relation with, okay, the text and the activity you will find there, okay, in the platform. So I need you to read the text and answer the questions, the activities there, okay, and send me please your works, okay, in my email. You will also find it, okay, in the document. Well, have a nice day. Thank you for your kind attention.